Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Faith without works is dead. I don't wanna die so soon. I got moves to make instead. I ain't scared, I'm prepared. Big ideas inside my head. I'm gonna make them manifest. And I'm dressed for success. I left, right, order my steps. Network, I ain't gotta do it by myself. Who you know, show me who you know. Better let them know we bout to blow. It's time to go, go, go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go to work, go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah. Go to work, go to work, go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah, 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 yeah. I ain't tryna trade my time, yeah. Simply wanna show you what I'm worth, yeah. Daily I'ma stay on my grind. Have a little faith and go to work. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go to work. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm on ride like every day, 'cause I want everything. I can do anything. Check my resume. It's people against you. They see what you've been through. But look in the mirror, tap into your spirit. There's power within you. Like LinkedIn, I'm locked in, get the job done when I clock in. I weighed out my options, put the work in, that's action, no lacking, just stacking. Big dreams I'm attracting, no accidents, that's fate. Just go in and have a little faith. Faith without works is dead. I don't wanna die so soon. I got moves to make instead, I ain't scared, I'm prepared. Big ideas inside my head, I'm gonna make them manifest. And I'm dressed for success. I left, right, order my steps. Network, I ain't gotta do it by myself. Who you know, show me who you know. Better let them know we bout to blow. It's time to go, go, go. Go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah. Go to work, go to work, get to work, yeah. Go to work, yeah, 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 yeah. I ain't tryna trade my time, yeah. Simply wanna show you what I'm worth, yeah. Daily I'ma stay on my grind, yeah. Have a little faith and go to work. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go to work. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, now go nuts, go nuts, go nuts, donuts, 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 donuts.
Hey there, I'm Trevor Houston, the creator of the Who You Know Summit, and I'd like to welcome you to the Who You Know Job Networking Show.
On our program, we'd like to show you a job search like you've never seen.
Everything from getting noticed by employers, how to properly format your resume, and how to network effectively using LinkedIn to drive recruiters to your profile.
We even take suggestions from our amazing community.
So if you want to learn all things job search, go ahead and subscribe now.
Focus! It's all about the job search. So if you want to learn how to land that next success, you heard them. All you got to do is subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on a thing. Welcome to the Who You Know Job Networking Show. What you know is important, but
Who you know?
who you know?
Who y'all know
Who do
can
you
make
know?
all the difference in your job search.
It dang sure can. Guys, I'm super excited. We got an amazing show, jam-packed, full of all kinds of fun and all kinds of...
Got the mics loaded up.
Yeah, go nuts for donuts.
Yep.
It's going to be a good day today. I'm just saying, you're
Got a
going
good
to
show.
learn today.
You're gonna learn today.
You're going to learn today.
You're going to learn today.
People are already putting in where they're 10, 5, 6, 9. They're putting in where they feeling already.
Okay, how are you
Alright,
feeling?
alright.
Put your
How
number
are you
in the
feeling?
chat. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, like, ooh-wee. Today's going to be a good
Knock
day.
it out the park at 10, you know, we got to win.
Yeah.
Oh, our hype lady Meg Rose asked.
Yeah, so, or a 1. A 1 is like, you need a lifeline. I'm going to come through the screen right now, and
Thank
I might
you,
have
Meg
to
Rose.
give you a little jolt, you know
Get
what I'm
the
saying?
hugs, get
Maybe
the
a hug, something.
hugs,
I don't know
virtual
what it
hugs.
is. We'll have to figure that out. Y'all need to let us know down there in the chat. Let's give some shout outs. Who do we got? I see Julie, I see Michael, Steven, Tom, Krista, all coming in with the numbers.
Oh,
Mark
Steven
Lexington,
Swain there.
Mark
right.
Lexington's
Hey, Mark
with us.
Flushington, how are you doing, sir? We got
Good number,
Jasmine
Mark, good
G, Maria Rouse. Hopefully, I'm saying your last name correctly. Mike Matarian.
Mediterranean.
Mike
Wow.
Matarian. James Wolf. Hey, James,
Every
how's
week,
it going?
every
Kristen
week.
Kirshner, great to see you back again.
Yeah,
Steven
Kristen.
Swain. Hey.
Julie
Yeah.
Via in Tulsa.
Greg Brasier. Greg, hey, pulling for you.
Yes, I love this. This is so cool. We love you guys. These are our people. This is our family. And I just love that. Our Who You Know family, our LinkedIn family. Oh, man, that's just so cool. So for those of you that maybe are having a low day today, I promise we got some people who are going to lift you up in just a
Uplifting.
moment. Yep. It's going to be
Definitely
awesome.
that.
Well, why don't we do this? We always like to bless the show with a prayer for the listeners. Foster,
Okay.
the job father, do us the honor.
Yeah. Guys, we're children of God, right? Okay, now God, we know God made everything. So, do you think it's about our productivity and what we think? Or is it about our relationship with God? So, that's a question. I would say there's no right answer. Yeah, there is a right answer, but all of y'all know what that right answer is. So, I'm going to let you guys ruminate on that. So, let's go to God in prayer. Father, we are here. Like we said this morning in HR, help us get a job. Help us understand the timeline that you have set for us because you made us and you know what we're supposed to be doing down here. Get us more concerned with that than our worries in life. You already promised and proved to us that you are going to take care of us. And we ask that you continue, of course, and we thank you for it, and we thank you for everything that you teach us along the way. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. And we got so much to be thankful for. We got so many landings. Let's go nuts for donuts. I want to see those donut emojis down there in the comments.
Foster, you sent a gang of people. You had a whole long list.
You got a whole gang of people?
We had some good
yeah.
ones. Mark, I sent them to Mark. I sent them both to you guys, actually.
Well, you got them? You got the list?
Yeah.
Mark,
I got
you
the list right
yeah,
here.
Mark's
so,
got the list.
All
yeah.
right, get your clapping hands ready.
Yes.
Get your donut emojis ready because let's celebrate these people that landed.
Yeah,
Let it be an inspiration to you. We got Caroline Liddell. Caroline. We got Kimmer Moore.
Kimmer Moore.
Kimmer Moore is a recruiter, y'all.
Yep, Holden Jenkins. We got Angelica Putline.
Yeah.
We got Barbara Cole, who you know, alumni.
Yeah,
Barbara Cole, yeah. Barbara.
Adrian Grimes. Congratulations,
Yes.
Adrian Grimes.
Adrian Medina Grimes.
There
go,
you
girl.
go. There you go. Paul Mahoney. Ellen
Mahoney.
McFarland. All right, Ellen. Kristen Cole.
Yes.
We got 2 Coles. Timothy Bradley. We know Timothy Bradley.
Tim Bradley, yeah.
right?
What?
Sandra Sanchez. I think we said Joe Ivy last week, but again, for good measure,
Yes.
Joe Ivy.
Joe
we
Ivy.
did you
Robert
twice,
McCarty and Nikki Tricarico.
Chicarico.
Chirarico.
She's out in California.
Hey, hold on. Stop the show. Chirarico.
Wow.
You like that?
Nikki, I had nothing
My
to
bad,
do
my
with
bad.
that.
Okay.
I tried
Keep going.
I tried
That's
to
it. That's
tell
my
them.
list.
Oh, let's go.
Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Hey, one thing here. Make a note of these. If you know some of these folks, or connect with them because you need to hear their story and what worked for them, what didn't work for them, how they got landed.
And Ludmila's in the Ukraine. So, guys, it's more than just the United States. The Who You Know Network stretches around this planet.
Yeah. Oh,
If there's anybody on the moon, we want you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know.
Neil Armstrong.
I'm trying to be the first job on Mars to hook them up.
Neil
You know what I'm
Armstrong
saying?
landed on the moon.
Oh, wow.
Oh, dude.
Them dad jokes are weak, son.
Wow.
You need to work on those, man.
I forgot my come on
speaking of that,
sign.
you know why mountains are good at jokes?
Oh, my God.
Because they're hill areas.
Your jokes are weird.
Okay. However you do the K.
Wow.
Right,
But we love it. But we love it, and we love Mark, you guys.
Yeah,
We do. Come on.
oh yeah. We love Mark. We love
Come on,
him.
that was a good one, right?
That was
Hilarious.
He's
made me
working
laugh.
on that. He's working on his numbers going this way.
I can't even with this show anymore. I can't even. I don't even know. Hey, y'all rate Mark's dad joke in the comments.
Yeah, let
Scale
us
of
know
1
what
to
you guys
10.
think about Mark's lame dad.
From
Sorry about the adjective.
From 1 to WYK. Let me know how it was. All right.
From 1 to please quit.
Please stop. Okay. Whew, hold on. I have to control myself for just a second. Let's get this thing back under control. Hold on. Okay.
Well, we always like to have a tip too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
we
I got
always
the
like
tip.
to have a tip.
I got the tip.
So
Hold
we
on.
got the tip for you.
Give us a tip.
The tip is, Mark, stop with the dad jokes. No,
Wow.
just kidding. All right, no, but seriously, the tip of the week. We were talking about this in Coach's Corner today. And here's the deal. I feel like, okay, job seekers, tell me in the chat, do you feel frustrated? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel like there's just so much like on your shoulders and you're constantly just, drinking from a fire hose and there's just so many things you can do? Do you feel overwhelmed? Or do you feel like a lot of pressure, right? Well, I think I know some of the problem, right? Right now, and I know this is happening for a lot of folks, is that you're constantly looking and searching for the silver bullet that you don't even have enough time to load your gun, okay? I want you to hear that again. You're constantly searching for the silver bullet that you don't even have enough time to load your gun. What we know right now is that job seekers are going from meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting to meeting, from networking meetings to coachings to the different webinars and Zooms, and they're doing so much, and there's so much coming at you. See, there was a time when it wasn't always that way. But now, because of COVID, the online market, it's saturated now. And so there's so many Zooms coming at you at any given time. You're just being bombarded. It's saturated with training, and it's all free 99, which is great. It's awesome. But you're always learning. You're never applying, right? You don't have enough time because tomorrow, you took a training today, and tomorrow you're in another training, and the next day you're in another one. Stop. Take some time. Just chillax for a minute. And you are going to find your home, okay? I don't care if it's Who You Know, or if it's South Lake Focus Group, or Frisco Connect, or wherever your home is. Find that place that you can really dig in, that you can take the time and apply what you're being taught, that you can build relationships.
What was that?
Relationships.
Relationships.
Right? It's just like when you go to church, okay? You can go and bounce around to a whole bunch of churches, and you're never really going to get the true experience, the true relationship that God wants for you, because you're bouncing around, you're testing the water, you're kicking the tires. That's cool. Find a home. And if it's Who You Know, that's great. If it's not, that's cool too. I promise I won't be offended. I just want you to find a home.
Yeah.
Wherever that is. It could be South Lake, it could be Frisco, whatever it is for you, find that home. And I promise you, there is no silver bullet to the job search anyways.
Yep. It's just like that
Boy,
analogy
that's
you're
true.
talking about, where you're getting all these bullets,
Yep.
right? But you don't have time to load the gun. And you're trying to take down that big game. And if you don't have your gun loaded, how are you going to take down that big game?
And then I'm a recruiter, so you know what I'm going to say, guys. Are you shooting at the right target?
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing. That's another thing. You got blindfold on. Woo! Man.
Foster.
Yes, I'll throw one. But yeah, hold on. Woo! You know what I'm saying? So anyways, guys, I know a lot of you are frustrated, and I can see it. I can feel it. Just take time. It's okay. Reflect. And again, if Who You Know is not your forever home, that's totally cool. I'm not going to take offense. I promise I won't. We just want you to get back to work, however that happens for you. We truly, truly, truly feel that way. So love you, appreciate you, and that's my tip of the week.
Lena Stoots says real relationships.
Real relationships.
Lena is awesome.
Oh, the Stoots boots.
Awesome. What an angel she is.
All right, guys. We got to go to a real quick break, but don't go anywhere.
Because we're coming back.
We got Jerry Springer in the house.
Jared.
Wait, not Jerry.
Jared.
We got
Jared Springer.
We'll be right back.
Not the jewelry, Jared.
I know I had more potential than just breaking my back every day for minimum wage, and I knew that there was a lot more out there for me. I just had to find the opportunity to get that. When working from paycheck to paycheck, one of the things that you worry about most is just, paying the bills. The biggest fear for me would be just not knowing, what the next week was going to hold or the next month was going to hold, not being sure of my future. Stopped working for the company that I was working for, and that's when I found Perscolas. Looking back on it now, I can only just think about the opportunities that I've been given from Perscolas and the people that work with Perscolas. And I wouldn't be here at Turner today if it wasn't for that opportunity. I wouldn't have the confidence that I have today if it wasn't for my opportunity.
Hey, Trevor Houston here, and if you're looking for connections to opportunities, free seminars and workshops, to the knowledge and tools you need, and individualized one-on-one coaching for solid plans and solutions, Career and Financial Services is here for you with a holistic approach to educate, empower, and guide you to achieve your desired future. Call today to learn more about how the coaches can assist you to reach your career and financial success.
Hi, this is Arturo, and welcome to my first video. I'm a little bit nervous, that's why I sound like a chipmunk, but I'm doing it anyway, so here we go. I have a passion to express myself, yes, like Madonna says, and I use communications and creativity to do so. Whether it's writing, speaking, or creating graphics, I have to create something, otherwise I'm gonna be miserable. I use communications and intuition, instinct, to counsel others. I cannot guarantee you results, but I can guarantee you seriousness of purpose. As a media relations professional, what I can do for you is I can give you one distinction, one way of looking at things that you haven't done it before, or one skill that you haven't applied yet. And as soon as you apply it and you add it to your repertoire, you can make a quantum leap in the quality of what you're doing. I'm steady in critical and tough situations, and I'm here to tell you there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it is not a train, it is a beautiful light, and we are gonna get there. I promise you, we are gonna make it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Welcome back to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important, but
who y'all know?
Who you know?
Who do you know? Who do you know?
Come on, son. Who you know?
Who do you know?
Who do you know? Hey, I got somebody I'm going to tell you who I know. Let me tell you something. I just got to shout it out. Arturo, okay? He just did his video. Y'all heard it. Okay, first of all, great job. Can I get a round of applause for Arturo?
You know Arturo, yeah.
First of all,
made me laugh.
I laughed, okay?
Yeah,
and it's been a long time since I've laughed and not because it's whatever. No, it was great. Like, it was phenomenal. I got to get to know his personality a little bit through that video. So great job, Arturo. I just want to say, and guys, in the comments right now, can you do me a big favor? I need you to do me a huge favor. I want you to blow up Arturo. I want you just to hit that share button, get that thing going. He was just featured on the Who You Know show, right? Let's get that thing blowing up. I want his phone blowing up after this thing. You know what I'm saying? Arturo, great job. All right.
Blow him up.
Blow him up. You know what I'm saying?
Blow him
so, okay. Next up, we got the man, the legend, the myth, whatever. I said it in the wrong.
Right.
Yeah, but whatever. You know,
but he's blowing up.
I'm blowing up.
He's in Utah blowing stuff up.
Let me tell you who I know. We got Jared Springer. He's an entrepreneur, father, businessman. He set out to bring himself from broke, crippled, and bankrupt to creating multi-million-dollar businesses. After years of conditioning happiness, he finally figured out a formula to living happily now. Right now.
I'll be happy when.
Right now. So everybody, warm welcome for Jared Springer.
All right, Jared, welcome back.
Out there in Utah, southern Utah.
Hey, Jared. Hey, Jared, I got a question for you. We like to play this game, okay? We like to have fun and play a game. Right. So because you've built million-dollar businesses and all that kind of stuff, I like to ask a game. We're going to do a question called Would You Rather, Okay, would you rather? So, and this is for the audience too. Would you rather flip a coin for a chance to win $20 or immediately win $10?
Immediately win $10.
You take the $10. All right, okay, all right. What about you, Mark?
Turn $10 into 20 pretty easily.
Ooh.
But if you flip the coin, you could end up with 0.
Got you. So you're not at the roulette table, is what I'm hearing.
Ooh, this is the best one we've had yet.
It's a good question, right?
I think I'm gonna bet on black.
Betting on black?
I think I'm gonna bet on black.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I'm gonna bet on black.
Foster, what about you?
Flip the coin.
Give me my 10.
Give me my 10.
Who got my money?
No, if it were more,
me and
maybe
Jared, we're
I would
both
think about
F1
that
fans, so
differently.
we want our 10.
But yeah, I mean, if the stakes were higher, I think I, would feel differently. But for 10, $20 now, but
Okay. So let's hold on. Let's stop the question real quick.
Yeah, let's philosophize
So $10,000 right now, or flip the coin for $20,000.
10 grand.
You
Yeah,
take
then
the
I'd
10
take
grand.
land.
Give me that money.
Okay.
And I would agree with you. A bird in the hand is more than 2 in the bush.
Michael Sice says
Right?
$10.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, you guys chime in. What do you think?
So that was a thought-provoking question, and I
Yeah.
figured I'd ask you because you've gone from 0 to hero, from 0 to over $1 million in business in just 12 months, right? How did you? First of all, I want to know how you did that. That's pretty impressive.
So first of all, the biggest thing is like all you guys seeking jobs, you are learning from them. I always tell people I'm not a genius master of all. I did exactly what you guys are doing. I went to someone who had done it. His name was Ryan Daniel Moran. He's got a book called 0 to 1 million in 12 months. I was featured in it. And so he was one of my first mentors.
Oh.
And he taught me the exact process, the systems, everything I needed to do. And when you have the processes, the systems, the knowledge to do it, it's pretty easy just to implement a system and do it.
Wow.
So I don't take credit for it. I just was smart enough to pay somebody to teach me how to do it.
Wait a minute. So you went and you got your mentor and you used his system and it worked for you. And now are you teaching people that same system or your version of that system?
I do teach people my version of that system, yes.
Which is probably even better because you got your own spin to it.
Yeah,
right?
it's customized, yeah.
Yeah.
The fundamentals stay very similar, but there's different ways to do it actually faster or different, marketing techniques that are now out there. So it's basically a very similar system, just a little bit different, my tweaks on it. If you want to do something, fastest way is to just learn from somebody who's already done it.
There you go.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I say that all
Yeah.
the time. A fool learns from their own. A wise man learns from the
Really?
mistakes of others. A fool from their own. Right.
Really?
So,
That's not a dad joke. That's a real. That's on
that's
the
a
real.
That's
Yeah.
that was real.
That's real.
I say it like this. Everybody has their own way of saying it. I say, hey, the quickest way when you're lost to find where you're going is to sit, pull over and ask for directions.
Yep.
You got to ask somebody.
Yep.
Ask somebody.
You got to ask somebody.
You got to ask somebody. All right. So, what did you discover through all this process? You've gone from 0 to hero. Sounds like you went from bankrupt to creating $1 million business, being broke and crippled. Like, talk to me about that. Like, what? Tell me your story, man. You sounds interesting.
Yeah. So the quick version of my story is I was employed. I always did 2 jobs. I then, I had 2 jobs or a job and a business, and I was trying to do all this stuff. And one day I woke up and I couldn't feel my legs, and were no feeling, nothing. I was rushed to the emergency room. My wife had to rush me in. They gave me 2 options: either, have emergency back surgery or never walk again in my life. And so here I was, 30 years old, no feeling in my legs. I couldn't walk for a year. I was using a walker. Like a lot of you guys who are looking for jobs and stuff, I was in a dark place. It's hard when things hit you like that.
Yeah.
It's not an easy process. And eventually, honestly, I was watching YouTube one night and I ran across Ryan Daniel Moran's video that said 0 to 1 million in 12 months. And I'm like, sounds like an internet scam, but let me check him out. And I checked him out and he was legit. Like, he built big companies. He knew what he was doing. How I bought his course, which everyone's excuse for everything is I don't have any money.
True.
I learned a new thing called like retail arbitrage, which is basically I would go to Goodwill and thrift stores and Target and Walmart, any clearance aisle that I could find. I would buy an item for $1 and then list it on Amazon and eBay for $10 and, you know, make the difference until I made enough money to hire him as my mentor and show me his process. Like I grinded it out for 4 months, flipping 75-cent books from Goodwill to make money. Like, you know, everyone wants, like he says, the golden bullet, you know, the perfect thing, the, you know, the easy shot. It's not always that simple. Like, you know, people you see where they're at. Like I was flipping items. I was going through every Walmart, Target, you know, Goodwill, thrift stores, just buying stuff like $20 at a time that I could, that's all the money I had.
Right.
And flipping it on Amazon until I made enough money to hire him. And once I did that, then I had the system, and I still was doing that so I could make enough money to make my first company, which was like started with $1,000 basically. And then I turned that into $1 million business in a year. Dang. And then I built other companies. And I was
There's a big lesson in that. Oh, huge. Big lesson. And I think you and I were just talking about this, Trevor and I were talking about this over lunch, which is, you know, sometimes we're too close to trees to see the forest. We're in the trenches. We can't see the big picture. We can't see out of the trench. But the grind, right? And for you guys, job seekers, that's exactly what it is. It feels like a grind, and it is a grind. But you often lose sight of, or you can't see the big picture of what's in store for you, and it's right around the corner. You know, 4 months of flipping products, right? That's such a grind. Wow. Such a grind. But
yeah, with a broken back, with a broken back, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I do have to ask you real quick, Jared. That chair. Okay, let me ask you. That's like a gaming chair, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
It is.
Those like sport gaming chairs.
Is it pretty nice?
It's very comfy for the back. I like it.
I have heard. I have to ask because I have back. I'm a tall guy, and you sit in the chairs, and you're in Zoom meetings and stuff. My lower back sometimes gets me, and I've been told.
I don't have that.
I think it was 𝐤𝐡𝐸. She was like, "These are what's up." She has like a gaming chair, you know, and pretty nice though. I hear.
Yeah, well, I'm like you. I'm 6'4". I'm a big fellow.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Man, I hate you guys.
Hey, it's not all sunshine and roses. You hit your head on everything.
Yeah.
You know?
The air is thin up there.
Not a lot of room on the airplane.
Yeah, and everybody asks you to grab stuff. Hey, can you grab that on the top shelf up there?
Say, give me some money. I'll grab it.
So obviously you had like inspiration, right? You had your mentor. You had hired for coaching. You had your family, right? Your wife was there for you. And so what other things helped you get out? Because you said I was in a really, really dark place. What else helped you get out of that?
Yeah.
Really, I was like just following, like, you know, social media is an amazing thing. You can either follow it for just, you know, the drama, the everything else that's going on, or you can follow it for positivity. So like, I literally unfriended every person I knew. I only befriended people who were like motivational speakers. Like just everything that you go put into your head, you have to realize that it comes out. It's an investment. So, you know, it's just like money. You watch good things, you listen to good things, you put good thoughts in your head, you get a return on that investment. If you're always in drama with people or anything else, then, you know, that's what's going to show up in your life. So I just took and cut out all the negativity, all the drama, and just listened to, like, you know, sound like one of those like motivational gurus now, but it was just, you know, you have to cut out some of the noise, some of the chatter, some of the things that put you down, because it is hard mentally when you're in that place to try to figure stuff out. And I had, you know, I was walking these thrift stores, not on my own 2 feet, with a walker, with a little bag zip tied to the front that I was buying the crap for 75 cents.
Wow.
You know, I had 1 and 2 year old little kids at home. You know, a lot of the time I couldn't even drive myself to the thrift store. My wife had to drop me off, and I'd hobble around in my little walker around the thrift store.
Man.
You know, because my wife worked full time to support our family. Like, you know, everyone always thinks it's greener in the other side, but you got to realize that there was a process to get there.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's not as easy as every guru makes it seem. You know, you know, you guys are trying to be honest with people. You know, you have to focus on certain things. You know, stay in the grind until you get to that thing. People try to make it look too easy when really it's a lot of that. And then what's funny though is things can flip in an instant. Like you could get a job tomorrow and your whole life would be changed. You know, I grinded for 4 months so that way I could build a business. And in 1 year, I went from bankrupt, crippled to having $1 million a year business. 1 year is not that long of a time frame.
No, it's not.
So like when you think about it in terms of your entire life, it's a very small fraction of time. And people get so frustrated when they're in that position for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. When really that is a tiny little fraction of your life. Like, you know, just think of it that way. Tomorrow the switch could flip and you could get a job and you could be making really good money and your whole life will be different in like a very short time period.
Well, what I want to talk about real quick is some of the lessons, because what you're saying is you did go from, now you put in the work, definitely. You painted that picture really well, actually.
You didn't give up.
In the thing with the walker and all that. Like, wow. Okay, can't imagine. But in a year, you went from the 0 to $1 million. Okay, now, what lessons did you learn? Did the money make you happy? Because all of a sudden, you went from having nothing, right? And the name of your book is what? What's the name of your book?
I'll Be Happy When.
I'll Be Happy When. So I'm thinking, okay, well, it didn't make him happy, I guess. Like, that's the way I'm thinking. I haven't read your book. Did you get the money, and what happened when you got the money?
So, yeah, I mean, you know, it was like, you know, I built that business to $1 million in 1 year. Then I started other businesses. Then I built that business to a multi-million-dollar business. And the reason my book's called I'll Be Happy When is because I was constantly, you know, if you don't enjoy your life now, when you don't have a job, you're poor, everything, I guarantee you won't enjoy it when you're rich. And everyone seems to think that I'm crazy, but I'm telling you.
No, that's the truth, B. Yeah.
If you don't enjoy your life now, there's certain things you can do to appreciate your life every day. But how I wrote this book was I built these companies, made all this money, sold my companies, moved across the country from cold Wisconsin to sunny southern Utah, and realized that wasn't the end for me. That's not what made me happy. The money makes things easier, it gives you experiences, but it's not going to make you happy.
That's right.
What actually made me happy was doing stuff like this and helping out other people. That's why I wrote a book. I got into coaching.
Woo! 2 of them.
But yeah, you know, like this is what makes me happy is, you know, helping out people who are struggling and get them to a better place. You know, that's what does it for me now. It's not about money. It's not about anything else, you know. And when you get to that point, you realize that it's not about the money. Like, you know, it's about enjoying your life in the process and, you know, enjoying the journey, because all of us are always reaching for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And you never actually enjoy that thing. You're always just going for the next one and the next one. And that's why it's called I'll Be Happy When, is because that's what I did my whole life until I realized that's not a real good way to live, to be miserable your entire life.
You know, I love this conversation because I have a feeling like I've had this thought, and I struggle with that too, where I'm constantly chasing after the next. And it's almost like an identity thing, right? Like we're constantly trying to level up, and, you know, once you stop and you go, hey, my identity is not my accomplishments. My identity is not the amount of money that I have. My identity is not the size of my house or the size of my bank account. It's not the degrees that I have. It's none of that. That's not your identity, right? Find your true identity. Who's your identity through, right? Who's the one that said, I am the great I am? Who's that? Who was that?
Who said that?
Who said that? That's the true identity. Who are you? Who are you? I know who I am.
Tell Pharaoh, I am that I am sent you.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the true identity. If you're looking for identity, right? There's only one true identity.
You guys heard Jared say it. The money can help fuel those things that we're reaching for.
Correct.
Some of us are made to do a certain, all of us are made to do a certain thing. So do we find that in life? And most of the time, it's not about money.
No, I was just going to say, Every step in your life leads to your next thing. And in 20 years, are you going to remember the thing you got, or are you going to remember how you got there?
Right.
That's, if you can remember, you will remember the journey, how you got to that place. And I think my whole life I was kind of meant to do what I do now, which is coach people, help other people out, put them on the right path. But I wouldn't be in a position to write a book or coach people unless I went through all those struggles to get here, because they taught me all the lessons that I can now teach other people.
Right. That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, when you came on here, I'm like, tell me your story, right? Like, everybody asks me that. I get, interviewed on lots of podcasts and stuff like that. And they all, tell me your story. Where did who you know come from and all this kind of that. And they're always, what's the story? What's the journey? Right? And you know what? My story wouldn't be interesting if it was overnight success. No one would care. If Jared came on here, he was like, yeah, I went online and I put on a website, and all of a sudden I made $15 million.
If there were a formula, we'd all go buy it, I guess, wouldn't we?
I'd be like, well, that was a boring story.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So the journey, you're absolutely right. So job seekers, think about that right now. The grind, the hustle, the overwhelming, the stress. This is all a story you're building that you can tell later on about how you overcame it, what you learned through it, the lessons. It's a journey.
And self-awareness too, because exactly what you're talking about, Jared, is, being comfortable in your own skin, being happy with yourself, no matter what your situation, right? And I think a lot of people that are in the career transition space, they fail to pause and kind of take stock of, and we've talked about, attitude of gratitude and your gratitude list, things that you're thankful for, but, a lot of times that gets lost, and people, really don't take stock of what they're blessed with and what they can be happy about.
And as we go through all this stuff, guys, for a lot of us, there are children that are watching us. How are we handling these things?
Always
Mark's
watching.
got 3 awesome boys. And they mess up and they tear stuff up, and mom wants to get them.
Little baby.
But you know what? They're looking at mom and dad, and they're learning, how do I handle this same adversity as I get a little bit older? Well, dad went through that. Mom went through that. But this is what they did, and they made it through it. And hey.
Man, that's such good. That's good. That's that good, Foster. I'm going to give you another one. That's that good.
Let me give myself one.
Yeah.
They are definitely watching, yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, we've had like a
Jared,
million mic
awesome,
drops.
man.
We've had a million mic drops. So what I'm going to do is let's go to the audience. Let's talk to the audience real quick. I'm going to give some shout outs.
Mic drop moment.
And so we got Lori Oken. Good to see you. Nathan, how are you? Jason Hopper, James Wolf, Christina. All good folks in the house.
Marita is with us.
All right. So where... I think, Foster, you had mentioned it on the show. Where is Jared living? That's the question. Where's he at right now?
Yeah, where's he at, y'all?
I think we mentioned that. I'm pretty sure we did, right?
Yeah, Jared told us. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he told us. Okay, so tell us in the chat, because we're going to give away a copy of his book, which is I'll Be Happy When, right? Is that? Yes.
Yeah,
there it is.
I'll be happy when.
See, that happy is in yellow. It's pronounced there.
Hey, actually, I want to do something fun. After I get, okay, hold on. We got the answer. Hold on. I saw it come through.
Ooh, Cat O'Toole.
Dang.
Cat O'Toole has a interview tomorrow at 10 a.m. So, guys, we need to pray for Cat.
Oh, yes. Prayers for Cat. We saw her today in Coach's Corner. Okay,
People
what
are
I'm
putting it
seeing,
out there, yeah.
I'm seeing, Mark, are you seeing what I'm seeing? I'm seeing Jim Young. We'll have to go back. But Jim Young, that's who I'm seeing. Utah, right? You're in Utah?
Yep.
All right, Jim Young, I'm dubbing you the winner. All right, Jim Young.
All right,
I think
Jim.
he won last week, too.
Yeah, I
Jim
was
did
about to
win
say
last
Jim
week,
won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all got to beat Jim Young in the house.
Jim,
Young
I want to take you to the those places, the casinos with me.
By the way, Jim Young is an entrepreneur. He has started his own business.
Yes,
he is
he did.
doing IT outsourcing. So connect with Jim Young.
Hey, and also I'd like to hear, can you put up the copy of your book again real quick?
Sure.
All right, job seekers, this is what I want you to do right now.
Take a screenshot of that.
I want you to take a screenshot right now, and I want you to blow up Jared. I want you to just to blow him up on social media. I want you to post this, and then I want you to tell me in that post, I'll be happy when, what? What is it that's going to make you happy? I'll be happy when what? Right? and I want you to tag him in there and tell him how much you appreciate Jared coming on this show and being part of this. So, Jared, thank you so much. We appreciate you, man.
Jared.
Yeah,
all the
Jared.
mic drops.
We got to talk more F1, brother.
All right, will do. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
we'll
for having
do
me,
that.
guys. It was an awesome time. Hopefully that helped you guys a little bit. And yeah, hit me up on social media. You can find me everywhere: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Oh, Jared, yeah, let's
LinkedIn.
Facebook, bro. Yeah.
So just look up Jared Springer and look for this ugly mug, and you'll find me.
I got one too. Don't feel bad. I got one.
All right, guys, we got to go to a real quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Quick time.
When we come back.
We're coming back.
No, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you.
We're coming back.
We're going to make it a secret. It's going to be a secret. Just we'll be back.
I landed a job because I took from these groups and from this program what I could to apply into my life and into my job searching.
I want to give a huge shout out to the Who You Know gang. You guys are amazing. You know, during a really tough time of my life and a lot of others, everyone was losing their job during the pandemic, and the folks at the Who You Know show and Who You Know, Foster, Mark, Trevor, and the whole gang really swooped in to kind of save the day.
I've started the 12-week program that you guys are putting together, and the wealth of information that you guys have provided completely revolutionized and transformed my knowledge and what I know I need to do to get my next career.
Welcome back to the Who You Know Job Networking Show, where what you know is important, but
Who do you know?
Who you know?
Who do you know?
Who you
Yes,
know?
All
sir.
the difference in your job search.
Yes, sir.
Guys, you heard those testimonials, right? You heard the job seekers that came through the summit and how it's helping transform their lives in their job search. So if you've been to the summit, I want you to go ahead and put down below in the chat, I want you to put #summit if you've ever been. Maybe it was a year ago, I don't know. Just put down there. We did have one today, by the way. So put #summit. And if you haven't been, I want you to put #first time, and we'll actually send you an invite. The link is actually up in the description, so make sure you register for that. All right, without further delay,
Who we got?
We've got Craig Brown, and let me formally introduce Craig. So Craig is a public speaker and author, as well as a recovery pastor.
Oh, all right, Craig.
Director at Church of the Redeemer. In his 20-plus years as a recovery pastor, he has helped thousands of people, including business owners and professional leaders, to find the healing and freedom. So everybody, warm welcome for Craig Brown.
All right, Craig, welcome.
All right, Craig.
What's up, guys?
We got a game that we're going to play, okay? It's called Would You Rather. So I want to know from you, because you're doing it all. You're doing big things out there. Would you rather give up social media or eat the same dinner for the rest of your life? Which one would you
Give up
rather?
social media.
With unequivocally.
Boom.
Yeah, that was not even a question.
Look
He's
at
like,
Craig. Look at Craig's face. Look at Craig. I love
No.
it.
that is awesome. What about you, Mark? What would you rather do?
I think giving up social media would be too. I mean, it'd be easy for me because I'm barely on Facebook.
Yeah, you don't do nothing with that anymore. Okay, so that's good. What about you, Foster?
Guys, as much as I like barbecue, I can't eat barbecue every day. I got to have my social media.
Yeah.
Look at what I do for a living. Oh, my God.
I would agree with
I'm
you.
not saying I love it, though.
I would agree with you. I like food way too much, and so I couldn't eat the same thing every day, and I like social media. I'm able to impact lives. But anyway, so audience, tell us down below, what would you rather, lose social media or eat the same food every day?
So what would that be, Craig? What would that same food be every day? What could you eat every day?
Oh, grilled chicken, without a doubt.
Grilled chicken. Okay.
Grilled chicken.
Absolutely.
Pizza.
Every day.
Grilled chicken.
So let's talk about this, Craig, because there's a lot of job seekers right now who are struggling emotionally. They got pain and isolation. The pandemic caused, even more of that isolation and all this stuff. What do you recommend for people to overcome some of that, and how do they stay strong and get past it?
Two things. One, everything that we have ever wanted is on the other side of fear.
I believe that.
People in business, people in any industry struggle. They become inhibited by fear, paralyzed by fear. The second thing is this: we'll never change until the pain is greater than our fear.
Ooh.
And actually, that's the first chapter in my book. Anything we've ever done in life, whatever struggle we've been in, whatever bondage we've been in, whatever failure we've experienced, we will never change unless we use that pain as a catalyst in a healthy way to take us to the next level in whatever we're doing in our life, no matter what your career. I mean, I deal with pastors, I deal with church people, I deal with business owners, CEOs, I deal with everybody on a regular basis. And we all have that as a common denominator. We struggle with it to a degree. Some of us are really in bondage to it: pain, fear, shame, failure. And for your listeners, those that are struggling, trying to seek that job, it is there. It's there. And it has been set apart for you. Right. And as Jared was talking about earlier, what you're doing is getting too bogged down in the here and now. And you're not paying attention. I think you, Mark, has mentioned it's the process. You know, God is far more interested in the process than he is the final goal. And so the other part of that is, I also heard you mention identity. Oftentimes we get bogged down in, all right, so we lost that job, or we got laid off, or we're just struggling with relationships or whatever that may be. And as a result, we take on that identity, unfortunately. And our identity then becomes, oh, I'm a failure in that industry, or I'm a failure in that position, and the pain and the shame. And and we take that on, and it's natural because we learned how to do that at a very young age. So we did.
Pastor Brown,
and unless that is broken, that cycle is broken in your life. And I counsel thousands of people over the last 22 years who have that as their identity, and they take on the labels, right? And they're attached to their soul. And there's only one who can take and remove all those, and that is the Lord.
Hey,
so
man.
So Pastor Brown, because there are people out there, I feel like there are people out there that they don't feel normal unless their lives are in chaos. Does that make sense? Right? There are people that revel in that. Is that what you're talking about, where they take on that identity?
Yes, to a degree, because our pain, our struggle becomes our comfort zone. That is our identity, and it becomes our comfort zone. You know why? Because we're afraid of what is on the other side. I see it happen all the time with salespeople. They're scared to death of success.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
They'll only take it to this level, and because of their fear of failure, because of their fear of being betrayed or not reaching their goals or whatever that may be, they're afraid to go to the next level, and so they'd rather stay in this comfort zone, But I've talked to a ton of top billers in my life that I used to be one back in the corporate world.
Yeah.
And but it's a common denominator we all deal with. But here's the deal: you've got to pivot from your from your identity as a failure, struggle, shame, pain, guilt. And I can only speak from the spiritual level. God has a beautiful identity for each and every one of you.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
And so you have to pivot from that place of pain, that place of struggle or failure, and pivot. That is not your identity.
Right.
Your identity is in Christ, who has success, who has purpose, who has mission for you in life.
Guys, if we turn there, if we turn and we ask him to help us, he will help us do that. We don't know how to do that. He will help us do that. He asks us, come to me. Go, Trevor.
No.
I'm all fired up.
No, I think that's what God wants more than anything is he wants faith, right? So I want faith. I want you to believe even when you cannot see. In the midst of the storm, when things are hard and times are rough, have faith anyways. What's the passage where he says, look at the birds in the air. They don't
worry about where they're going to eat.
The birds in the air, they don't sow, they don't reap, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them anyways.
Every day.
Are you not more valuable than they?
Yeah, and you're a child of God, right?
Are you not more valuable than a bird? Your Father's going to feed the birds. He going to feed you too. I missed it. Have faith.
He will. He will show you guys what faith is. He will show us. He will drive the car if you let him. Okay,
it's about who you know.
Yeah. Yes.
Say what? What was that?
Drop him.
What?
Drop him.
That was a good one. You got a lot of mic drops on that.
Craig. I love it, Craig.
No, I mean, now again, I can only speak based on my own experience, based on what I have a passion doing for others and helping others. It is who you know, but you got to start with the one that set your destiny, has your career, has your plan, has your wife, has your husband, has everything mapped out for you. And that's the hardest part is, well, how do I find that? How do I look for that? What do I do? Well, you have to put yourself in the position. There was the guy in the Bible, it talks about the guy that was laying on his mat and he couldn't get to the well, and it took forever. I mean, he had no one to help him. No one would stop and help him until the one that came along and set him free. And you got to pick up your mat and start walking. You've got to pick up your mat and put yourself in a position to get well. And here's the other kicker. See, I'm a recovery pastor. I deal with people that deal with life and death issues,
every day.
Not just addiction.
Yeah.
Right? So when we're feeling like a failure and we are feeling shame, guilt, and everything involved with it, we are going to find medication somewhere. We are going to find a way to get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to find a way to deal with that. And, and it's just, pornography, chemical dependency, opioids, you name it, codependency, food, whatever. From my heart to your listener's heart, don't. There is a way to get out of that. Mm-hmm. There's a way to get out of that.
Yep.
And it's not just a job position. It's not just recruiting. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. And I heard self-awareness mentioned. Recovery and the Bible is specifically designed to develop self-awareness. And if you don't have that self-awareness, you're going to continue in a cycle in your life, right? You're going to continue on that cycle, and you're going to go from maybe job to job to job until you discover that purpose. And when you are able to discover that purpose is when you know yourself and you understand yourself. The most important thing you can ever do in life is to get to know you.
I love that.
We often don't take the time to do it. We're so concerned with what other people think of us. We're so concerned with our title. We're so concerned and consumed with social media, right? And we're so consumed about other things. Consume yourself with you.
Amen
and
to that.
get yourself develop that self-awareness, understand your fears, understand your triggers, understand the warning signs, understand the how to overcome fear, understand why you have this, why there's an anger problem underneath the surface. Get to know you.
Amen.
I think that and I was excited to hear that you were coming on and reading kind of where you're coming from with recovery and addiction, because there's a lot of correlations with job seekers in what they deal with in folks that are coming out of addiction or coming out of recovery. So,
yeah, there's
man, powerful words. Thank you for sharing that.
No, there are. Listen, all of us hide from stuff. All right. All of us have defects. All of us have shortcomings. We all have. Okay. We just do. And but
I've got a question for you.
Oftentimes, all we want to do, that's the title of my book, Stop Hiding, Start Healing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I like that.
When you come out of that, and we're all prone to hide. We just are. I mean, I'm sorry. Let's go back to Genesis chapter 3.
I was just going to say that.
What happened when Adam and Eve? Happened when Adam and Eve got busted?
Yeah, they put on some leaves and hid in the bushes.
It's part of our sinful nature.
Yeah, and he said, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he said, "Who told you that?"
Well, first of all, they felt shame.
Mm-hmm.
They had everything.
Yep.
Everything. And it was perfect. And they disobeyed, and when they got busted. And they immediately felt shame. So, and then they hid. So I tell people today, it's natural for you to do what you're doing.
And they lost their identity as well. They lost in that moment when they bit on that apple, they lost their identity. Because their identity was with the Creator. That communication was right there, right? It was right here.
Let me get nerdy, if you guys will. Let me get nerdy for a minute. When you said the Creator, it tripped my switch. Okay, guys, here's the Earth, right? We live on the Earth. It's a big old rock, right? Big old thing.
Sweet Earth, you might say.
It's sweet Earth. Okay, you can fit a million Earths into our sun. The sun makes up like 99% of our whole solar system with all the stuff that's out there. Now, I'm a NASA guy, guys, okay? So you take our sun, it's big, right? A million Earths, right? Then you have a black hole that's about 687 million light years away. It's called TON 618. Look it up. It is 90 billion, 90 billion solar masses. That's bigger than the sun. It's 90 billion times bigger than the sun. Are y'all kind of going along with me? So you look at this universe. TON 618 is just a little speck out there in all of this universe. God made all this in 6 days. He really didn't have to rest on the seventh day. He did that for us. He made all this in 6 days. Why, guys, will we not turn to the guy that made us in his likeness and his image, right? Mm-hmm. Why won't we turn to him and try to give him an opportunity to show us how to do all this stuff down here on this little bitty Earth, right? Wait, it's a big Earth. No, it's a little bitty Earth. It's a little bitty. Okay.
Well, that reminds me. Not to make levity, but what's really heavy but not backwards? A ton.
Oh my gosh.
I like that.
All right. Hey,
I like that.
Let me ask Craig a question. Craig. All right. So, what are some signs that? Because we've had people who have been so deep down in their funk that they have gone to the extreme. Some people have actually taken their own life. We've come across that. What are some signs? Like, what are some things that you see that maybe trigger like some warning signs, some red flags that we need to get involved?
First would be isolation, and then behavior patterns. I've seen it. I pray for holy eyes all the time, being able to care for the people that we care for, and being able to observe, not to intrude, but to be there and to observe. In the event you see any patterns developing people's lives and behaviors, but isolation, disruptive patterns. Suddenly, they're missing work. They're not picking up the phone. There's I'm a big fan of accountability, and they're not answering your calls. They're not showing up to the regular, the scheduled meetings like they used to. You have to be fully aware of that. fully aware. And we've lost a number of members over the last 22 years. Opioids really affected our area in a big way in back when. But not just, let's step out of addiction for a minute. It's just natural behavior when we don't feel really good about ourselves.
Right.
And then what we do is, what my other chapter is, why we hide. We put masks on. We all wear masks. They're in the workplace, they're in church, in our own families. We wear masks to hide. So you have to be just fully aware. And the best thing that us four, and Jared included, and others can do for people in our midst is ask the tough questions. People are so afraid to ask the hard questions.
Yeah.
And that's a simple one. How are you really doing? And shut up and just be quiet. How are you really doing? And the Bible's very clear that we're to be there for those that are in our midst, that we love. But so many people are so afraid of stepping over a line. But I don't care. I step over a line, not boundaries that have already been clearly set.
Right.
But if I see someone that's struggling, I'm just going to. I've been conditioned to ask the hard questions.
You got to keep it real.
And I want them to ask me the same. I want to be held accountable. I want to ask me the hard questions. And we don't do enough of that in the workplace, and especially in workplace environments. Social, and there's all kinds of drama and all kinds of noise going on. And your coworker has a mask on and they're totally struggling. And they need someone to love them unconditionally. We need people to love us for who we are unconditionally.
Amen.
And unfortunately, in today's society, as you mentioned, social media, everything is fabricated, everything is artificial, everything is on the surface. You gotta go deeper, man.
Well, and I agree with that. And I think we're also in a society where when people do admit that they're wrong, they're being shamed by it, right? They're being shamed. And like
condemnation.
Yeah, and it's like, can we just not allow people to be wrong? Like, I actually think being wrong and admitting you're wrong and coming out and saying, hey, you know what? I made a mistake. I think that's like a superpower, because people today, they defend so much their position. They will die on that sword. They will die on it. They're like, I am not wrong.
No, they're wrong. No, you're wrong.
And you know you're wrong.
No, you're wrong.
You know you're wrong, and you will die on it. They will die on that sword. And it's like, man, come on, you know you're wrong. But, and we live in a society where it's like we're shaming them. And if they do come out and say, hey, you know what, I was wrong about that.
And then you're like, aha!
Ah!
Yeah.
you know, and then we just want to point the finger and blame and all this stuff. It's crazy.
Oh, my goodness. Who are we? Oh, my goodness.
One of the first steps in anything we do is admitting, being honest with ourselves, honest with God, honest with someone else that we trust and who is safe. That's the first step. It just is. But again, when people are hurting, they're naturally going to try to hide, and they will hide, and they'll hide well.
Well, it's the enemy.
About, being, and plus, they're not going to be able to heal until they're in an environment, right, where preferably the Lord is present, but in an environment where they meet and trusted people, people that are safe, and people that have empathy, and that will be there to help them. And like you mentioned, far too often, there's condemnation and judgment, and and that's just unfair. It's not right.
It's the enemy. The enemy is basically making it to where, because the Lord wants you to repent, right? That's one of the things you need to do. You need to admit you're wrong, right? He wants you to do that. Come to the Lord, repent. But the enemy is making it right now where people are throwing those stones. Like Jesus said, hey, throw, he without sin cast the first stone.
Yeah,
well, everybody
ahead.
now is throwing stones. They're throwing rocks right now. Boy, put your rocks down for a minute and let people come and admit they're wrong every once in a while. Anyway, I'm just saying, and we are running out of time, but I love this conversation. I really do. We're going to have to bring you back, Pastor Craig. I like you a lot.
This is all about grace.
It really is.
I wonder how people are doing now. Are you guys feeling better? Are you seeing something? Have you gleaned I like that word. My dad used to use that word, gleaned. Have you gleaned something from this conversation, guys?
Yeah, put your rocks down and put your mics down.
Put your mic down.
Let's go to the audience real quick. We're going to give away a copy of your book, Pastor Craig, and I'm excited about that. So let's see who we got in the audience. I see Meg Rose. I see Paul. I see Nathan. So we appreciate you all being here. What is a question that we can ask the audience? Did we say where Pastor Craig's from?
I don't believe
I don't believe we did.
What's something we can ask that we've talked about on the episode? We've
maybe.
I've just been throwing mic.
We've just been throwing mic.
Pastor Craig told us what kind of pastor he is, guys. What is his service? What does God have? Who are the people that God has him in service to?
There you go. Great question. While we're waiting, shout outs to Meg Rose, Hope Mangita in the house.
Hope, we got to have hope.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, Nathan says Washington, D.C. Are you from Washington?
Just outside of Washington. Yes, sir.
Hey, okay, I'm going to give it to Nathan.
Washington, D.C., Baltimore area.
Yeah, Nathan said that his wife was right when we were talking about admitting.
Oh,
he said, okay, my wife is right.
Oh, okay. Your wife's always right. Nathan, congrats. I'm going to give it to you because I didn't think we'd talked about it, but I guess we did, and he got the answer, Washington, D.C. Congratulations,
all right, Nathan.
You get you a copy of that book, man, so I'm super excited. Now, oh, you got it. Okay, hold that book up, and just put it outside your face, though. Like, don't put it in front of your face.
Stop hiding and
put it to the side of your... There you go. Okay.
I love it.
Now, let's, everybody in the audience, if you can take a screenshot real quick, take a screenshot, and I want you to share this all over social media and tag Pastor Craig. We'd appreciate that.
That book I'm buying. Pastor Craig, where can I find that book?
That'd be on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Or my website, stophiding.starthealingbook.com.
Beautiful.
Good. I'm buying that. I got that.
Well, guys, Pastor Craig, thank you again for coming in here and dropping all these mics and sharing some of your wisdom. We really do appreciate you. Guys, that's the show.
What's it
all about who you know. Bye.
Trevor Houston here, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the Who You Know Job Networking Show. We hope you've been inspired, encouraged, educated, and entertained all at the same time. For information on our different events, workshops, partners, or partnership opportunities available, check out whoyouknow.show for more details. And be on the lookout for our new mobile app coming soon. You never know how this show could help someone you know? And if we've made an impact or put a smile on your face today, don't forget to hit that share button on your way out. Until next week, it's all about who you know. Bye!